G'day YouTube. One of our jobs today is we have a broken thread. Okay, in this is for an air compressor. Right, basically our outlets here, our inlets here, and there's another inlet here. Right, so basically we've got a dial and we've got our pressure regulator here. But basically this one here has broken off. Anyway, the old man's tried to repair it. Where are we? Old man's tried to repair it, but no success. Anyway, what we're going to do is sorry for the shadow. What we're going to do is we're going to remove all these bits, then we're going to put it up in the 4-jaw chuck, and we're going to bore it out just enough so we'll try and catch the thread. That way we won't have to re-tap it or anything like that. So if we can just skim it so we get the remnants of the previous thread that goes in there, then all we do is we just clean that up, and that's done. Right, so that's all we're going to do. I have pre-loosened these, so all we just need to do is unscrew them. Fantastic lighting I have. Alright, our first challenge is how do we set it up so we can actually put it in the 4-jaw chuck. Alright, because we don't have a complete circle, what we do is we center it on here, around this edge here, from there to there. As long as we're in center from here and there, this one here will come true. So basically what happens is we dial this in. If that's the correct, and that one's correct, and that one's correct, then the other side will be correct as well. Alright, there we go. We're going to do that. Okay, the previous drill that was used, or when he actually drilled it, it was running out a bit, as I'll show you now. I have centered the part on these edges here, this edge, and that edge. Normally when they'd manufacture this, they'd just put in a jig, so it'd be roughly about right, roughly in center. So alright, so as you can see, the hole is a little bit out, but all in all it's pretty good. So all we need to do is we just need to clean up the previous thread that was in there. That's all we really need to do. Then once we do that, just take the high points off, then ideally we should be able to pick out the thread. That's the plan. Okay, let's see how this goes. can't go all the way through because there are internal parts of this There are internal parts inside here, so we can't actually bore all the way straight through, but we're touching now, which is good. Ideally we don't want to take too much off, we just want enough so we don't want to re-thread it. I mean, we can re-thread it, but if we can avoid that, go with what you've got. I am running it at a slow RPM. It doesn't have to be overly too fast. Because we are off center, the faster you spin it, the more it's going to wobble. Alright. Still further. Right. Tad bit more, I reckon. Thank you. what I did before, which you didn't see, and now I'll show you. I'll give you an update anyway. What I did is I got the threading to my threading high-speed steel bit. Then what I did is I had it on the boring bar, and I put it in here by hand, and all I did was I could see the thread, I could start the thread, and then so what we did is we just ran it by hand, and so it would pick up the thread. I did that a few times until it looked like I actually had the thread there. Alright, so I did that a few times. Then after I did that, then I put it into the tool post. Then I could actually pick up the thread. Well, anyway, so that worked out quite well. Originally I thought what I could do is just use this the boring bar with the high-speed steel bit to actually pull out the thread, the leftover, the remnants that was in there. But you know, that didn't work, so I had to actually physically run it by hand anyway through there and clean it out. Well, anyway, so what I ended up doing is I put the threading tool, which is here. I put this one in the tool post, and just by hand I wound it through until I picked up the thread. I adjusted it until I picked up the thread. So anyway, it is a little bit difficult. So anyway, so what we have is it's a quarter BSP, we're at 19 threads per inch. Okay, so we can put our, when we get started, there we go, and that's pretty good. And I'll just show you again it running. So it's running pretty true, so I'm happy about that. And the rest of it, just the thread tape will pick up the slack. There, so I'm happy about that. That's There's a tad loose in there, which is alright. Thread tape will pick that up, so fix that up. It's quite alright. Anyway, job one done.